Do you want me to just start talking, or are you going to ask a question?
Sure, you can just start talking, and then I'll ask you a question. How's that? When we get speed.
Well, as regards
Hold on.
Action.
as regards psychedelia, or the psychedelic music scene, or whatever it was, the Grateful Dead, I guess, was involved in that. But we were a band before we knew that stuff existed, and sort of moved on through it. I'm not sure how much influence it had on our music. I mean, we got different when we started taking LSD, and we don't take LSD that much anymore, I don't guess. And we still keep changing, so I can't really tell you how much influence it really had.
So do you think, Bobby, that psychedelia is more than drugs? I mean, do you consider it, do you think it's an art form as music?
Probably a little genre, maybe, is how I view it.
Why there seems to be sort of a resurgence today as far as psychedelia goes, and in some of the new groups like the Psychedelic Furs and Thompson Twins even, and maybe even Aztec Camera. Can you understand that? I mean,
I've listened to that stuff. I don't see the. I'm not aware of that all that much of the similarities. I mean, maybe it's because modern recording techniques make them sound different on record. There's always a little hearkening back to your cultural roots in any sort of popular art form.
How would you describe psychedelia? If you had to give the word a definition, how would you define it?
Well, you took some LSD and
Hold. What's going on in there?
Stand by. Speed. Action.
Bobby, how would you define the word psychedelia?
well, I guess what that means to me is that one would take some LSD, for instance, and one's whole world would sort of disintegrate, and then bit by bit fall back into place. And you were left with whatever shards came back first, with colors, with sounds, and what you could make of them. And that's bound to sort of change your perception of what can be done with them a little bit, with sound, with color, and stuff like that. So the music became somewhat different, and you got things like tie-dyed T-shirt and lots of colorful clothing, and people were also becoming aware of other cultures and religions and stuff like that, and all kinds of cross-cultural inferences and references were made.
Did it all stem from drugs? Or
I don't know. I think it may have. I don't know if it all stemmed from the drugs or if it was just the times. There were so many kids. That was the flowering of the baby boom.
Mm-hmm.
And all those kids were bound to come up with something, with some movement, there was bound to be a lot of pot stirring at that particular time, drugs or no. The drugs were there. I don't know if they were a catalyst, or if they were a hindrance. It just happened.
Anything you'd like to say about psychedelia?
Not really.
Okay.
Let's keep going. What?
We have to stop between.
Stop.